to another exciting edition of Cammy's Comic Corner. I'm your host as always, Cammy. Now we got a ton to cover as usual this week, so let's get right into it with the Pick of the Week. The Pick of the Week from Avatar Press, we have Captain Swing and the Electrical Pirates of Cindery Island #1, written by Warren Ellis and art by Raulo Caceres. Now, as usual, Warren Ellis and Avatar have a very tight relationship, and Warren Ellis gets to do whatever the fuck he wants. And it's because of this that we get such great stories from both of these guys. We have in his latest little miniseries, a gentleman named Captain Swing, and as the title of the book suggests, he's kind of a pirate of the electrical sort. It all takes place back in London in 1830, and there are tons of grisly murders taking place, and the name people are associating with these murders is Spring-Heeled Jack. And at this time, there are tons of bobbies, but they can't be everywhere at once. You know, the British police officers are like, "Oi, what's all this then?" You know, all that jazz. But one night, there is a sighting of this supposed spring-heeled Jack. He gets away from the bobbies, they're after him, but he just leaps over this wall with ease. And, you know, as they try to go after him, he takes out this gun and shoots him. And it's kind of like an old-fashioned taser, as it were, because the bullets electrical. They hit you, you feel like you're gonna shit your pants, you feel like you're on fire, you're getting electrocuted. And he gets away. Well, these aren't the only people after Spring-Heeled Jack, who is actually Captain Swing. The Bow Street Runners are also after him, and their little plan is using a little bit more firepower than just the clubs that the bobbies have. But they can't get him. But, you know, these two bobbies go back to the same scene of the crime a couple nights later, and lo and behold, there he is again, only this time he's actually bleeding from the arm, so someone might have got a good shot off this time. One of the bobbies jumps onto his, like, electrical boat that can fly, and he tries to take him in, says, "Hey, I'm the law, pay attention to me." And Captain Swing, you know, he just says, "Fuck the law," and punches the guy. Ionic air propulsion is how these boats are moving through the sky. You know, got the cool paddles, electrifying the airwaves, making you float. And it's just another brilliant beginning for Warren Ellis, because the guy is so cool when it comes to steampunk, sci-fi, electronics, shit like that. If you want something new, if you're a fan of Warren Ellis or great art, I highly recommend you pick up this title. Only good things have been coming out of Avatar, and from this title alone, I'm predicting some really, really good things in the future. Now on to the Fast Five. My business, my business. Say the fuck about my business. First up from Image, we have The Walking Dead #70. Now, they're in this supposed utopia, and Rick gets to talk to the leader, Mr. Douglas, and Douglas talks to him about how he used to be a senator, and ever since they built this little community, he's kind of been nominated as the leader, and, you know, they talk if they have any problems and whatnot, and they spy on other groups just to make sure how they treat their women, their children, make sure they're going to be able to join the group okay, if they're chosen. Well, after talking with Rick, and Rick seeming a lot more at ease now that he knows the situation, Douglas says, "Hey, you know what were you like? Oh, you were a police officer? Okay, we're going to make you a constable of our little town. Is that okay with you?" And Rick has no problem with it. And as the interviews go on, and, you know, Rick gets a shower and a shave and a nice new uniform, he's really liking this little community. And, you know, we are, as usual with Kirkman, lulled into a false sense of security of, oh, everything's going to be okay now, because now there's names of a Davidson, and apparently this guy used to be like a Judah to this group, and Regina, Douglas's wife, is not happy with all these new people. So something fishy is going on. Who's this Davidson guy? What's the history with Davidson? Tune in next issue to find out. Next up from DC, we have Blackest Night #7. Now, the chaos continues in this issue as Necron is having the final little touches of his ritual come to light. Get it? And, well, this time we have Black Hand kicking some serious ass, and the unlikely hero, Scarecrow, is actually bringing it to Necron, and then everything goes to hell when Lex Luthor decides, "Oh, I want that ring, and I want that ring, and I want that ring." And so now it's like, Lex, come on, now is not a good time. This ritual's about to take place, and sure enough, the sacrifice is made. One of the Owen Guardians dies, heart ripped out, and because of this sacrifice, the entity has arisen. And it's a white light. It's, you know, before there was darkness, there was light, etc. And Necron proceeds to stab the entity and try to kill it. And someone has to step forward. Who's going to harness the white entity? Why, it's none other than the greatest lantern of all time, Sinestro. So it's like, ooh, it's too cool. There are the white lanterns we've all been waiting for. And guess what? Now with the #1 issue of The Brightest Day, you get a white lantern ring. So now you can cover your fingers and be a nerd at the parties. But anyway, Blackest Night #7, killer stuff. If you're, just go out and read it. You have no excuse. Go read it.